Welcome back to our channel. We are on the way home from work. It is a Sunday. Bryson and I, my husband right here, both work at a church. And so Sunday is a work day for us, but by the time the last gathering closes out, we get to go home. Got the kids in the back, Valley's back there blowing bubbles. So we are on the way home so that I can start meal prepping. So if you're new to my channel or new to our family, we work, both of us, all the way across town at the same church, and we really like to eat, but dinner can be really hard for us to make happen and really hard to get food on the table. But it's how we save money, and again, we just really like to eat, so I really like to cook. So what that looks like for us is that we go ahead and we meal prep or get everything done that we can for our dinners on Sunday after church. And that way throughout the week, I can usually just take stuff out of the fridge, throw it in a pan and make food, rather than kind of just making everything all at once on Sunday and then kind of just letting it get lower in quality throughout the week. So we're heading home right now. Probably gonna hit traffic in downtown Atlanta, but when we get home, I'm gonna make myself a fancy coffee and then we will jump into what we have to make this week. It's actually really not a lot because it's Thanksgiving week, so there's like maybe 2 things I have to prep, and then for dinner tonight we have a fun kind of pseudo crock pot recipe. You'll see. I'm like, we have very little to do today, which is crazy. So the biggest thing is going to be making this mustard herb chicken. I haven't made this recipe before. We'll talk more about that in just a second. For tomorrow's Italian sheet pan, I bought pre-trimmed green beans, so I need to check and make sure those are of good quality. But I already diced up the chicken, and yeah, I think we're just pretty good to go on that. And then for the breakfast for dinner, I think I'm gonna cook off go ahead and just bake the bacon for that. So that'll save us a huge amount of time. I forgot to mention, for the Italian sheet pan chicken, we're gonna go ahead and make some rice as well to go with it. So yeah, super easy day because Wednesday we'll eat leftovers and Thanksgiving is on Thursday. And we'll probably end up eating leftovers or going to my in-laws on Friday. So easy, easy. Let's talk about this mustard herb chicken for tonight. It is a half-baked harvest recipe, and it is a crock pot recipe. Sorry, my dogs are coming in here to sniff out what's going on. There's nothing in here for them. They just hear my voice and they're like, oh my gosh, it's time to go. Go see mom. Anyways, you think you have quiet because your babies are sleeping, and then you have dogs. Lord. Okay. So it is a crock pot recipe, and I'm changing multiple things about it. It's supposed to be served with orzo that you also put in the crock pot. I don't have orzo and I didn't want to buy it. I have a lot of risotto. So we're gonna have to make this work with risotto somehow, but I don't trust myself to make that work in the crock pot. So I think we're gonna cook the chicken and all of its juices and all of the sauce in the crock pot. And then we will siphon off the liquid that we need when the chicken is done and make risotto in a pot. And then this recipe also calls for chicken breast, but I actually only have chicken thighs. So yeah, we're gonna try to make this happen. I think first we're gonna prep the rice and cook off the bacon. But my chicken thighs are frozen. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet. So they're sitting in some cold water just to get them to loosen up enough that I can put them in the crock pot. So dinner could be a disaster, but I have leftover pasta from last night. So it may not be a disaster. I guess we're gonna find out together. But first I gotta put all these dishes away. Just start the bacon, and I can't make bacon because it's frozen. Because I I didn't pull it out of the freezer. So, no bacon on my prep list today, I guess. This will just go in the fridge. We'll let it thaw and we'll cook it on the day that we have breakfast for dinner. Well, I guess this video literally just became me cooking dinner. So, crock pot's going, rice is going, and I don't have anything else to do. So I'm just gonna sit down and maybe watch some YouTube videos, maybe edit my own YouTube videos, but I'm gonna enjoy these few minutes of no kids. Did Dada try to break your orange apart for you?
Yeah.
And you said, no, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir, Dada, leave the orange together.
He needs the ocean together.
Very particular this age. All right, so our rice is done. I let it natural release for longer than I probably should have, but it should be fine. But let's see.
Well,
Zeke's still telling Dad what to do.
It is mac and cheese nobles.
No.
What? No. What is your name?
Legacy Noble.
Bryson convinced Zeke that his name was Mac and Cheese Nobles.
No, he said it first. He was in the car and he said, I'm mac and cheese nobles. And I'm like, what? You are?
So the rice cooled, so I've put that away and we will use that for dinner tomorrow. Now, these chicken thighs are done. Oops, steaming up my thing. I just checked them with a thermometer. They're not a very pretty color, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a pat of butter on each of them, stick them on the sheet tray, and pop them under the broiler to try to brown them up just a little bit. that final product. The risotto is good, but it's pretty tangy, I think, from all the wine. And then the chicken, I just ended up putting some poultry season on with the butter and then broiled that for about 5 minutes. So I also threw some kale in. I think the earthiness of the kale is adding a really good, helps balance out that really tangy flavor. So we'll see how it is. I'm glad I did it. I don't know if I'll do it again, but yeah. So now we're gonna sit down and eat. I don't know if you can hear Zeke singing in the background about his peanut butter and jelly, but he for sure is not going to eat this. So, yeah, I guess thanks for joining me on this meal prep that just turned into a cook with me, I guess. All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Did you get any peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah.
Can you sing your peanut butter and jelly song? Oh, is that how you feel about your peanut butter and jelly? Oh, swimming in the sea of peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly.